the Wayland Tire Game of the Week, brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Northwestern Energy, and the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Boy, it doesn't get much better than this. Welcome to Dillon, Montana. Rocky Erickson alongside the Hall of Famer Bruce Parker. Tonight they play for the Frontier Conference Women's Championship. Montana Western ranked 4th in the nation. Carroll College ranked 7th. Bruce, this is going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah, Rocky, the Stroud Gymnasium's rocking tonight. This gym is about as full as I've seen it in all the years that I've been coming up here to do games. And two good basketball teams. Montana Western won twice this year. Carroll won once. This is kind of for all the marbles tonight.
The Wayland Tire Game of the Week on SWX and 11 Sports. We got tip-off coming up next.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak.
I'm addicted.
I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Health in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
And why not? Montana Western, the 4th-ranked team in the nation, up against number 7, the Saints of Carroll College. And Bruce, normally if you win this conference tournament, you get that automatic bye to the NAIA National Tournament. But win or lose, both these teams, because they're both ranked in the top 10, they're going to go to Billings next week.
Yeah, no question they'll both be in Billings along with along with Rocky Mountain College as the host school, and then probably Lewis Clark State College. So hopefully 4 teams, maybe an outside chance of 5 with Providence.
Starting lineup for the Saints of Carroll College, of course, are led by Hannah Dean, number 24, averaging 15 points a game. Danielle Wagner, she shoots 87% from the free throw line this year. And their point guard, Jay Dean, lineman. The Saints are 24-7 on the season. Montana Western has on their roster one of the very best players in the nation. There she is, number 32, Brianna King, the 4th leading scorer in the nation, averaging almost 23 points a game. Paige Holmes, an outstanding player as well. Lammy, Anderson, Cooper. Brett Cooper, the 5'10 senior, leads her team in rebounds. And I'm with the Hall of Famer, Bruce Parker, inducted into the NAIA Hall of Fame. And Bruce Parker was the one that was instrumental in bringing the NAIA tournament to Billings. That's Lindsay Woolley in his 7th season in Montana Western. They were 24-9 a year ago, and they made it to the Final Four. Bruce, maybe, just maybe, we could have a national champion from the Frontier Conference this year. Of course, MSU Northern won a Division II national championship years ago. Rocky Mountain College won a national championship. And then, Bruce, you were at Montana State when the Golden Bobcats won it all in 1929.
I was there. I was sitting front row.
Cat Thompson and Max Worthington and Brick Breeden were underway.
Rocky, I think it's a key tonight for Carroll College not to let Montana Western get off to a fast start. In their 2 wins earlier in the year, they got off to great starts.
Both these teams are 2 of the top 10 defensive teams in the nation. Brianna King with the steal. King one-on-one with Lyman. She holds up and she scores. Brianna King leads her team in scoring, assists, and steals. And I think she's got an excellent chance next week of being named the NAIA National Player of the Year.
Yeah, she's had a great season. She played really well at the national tournament last year.
Brittany Johnson answers, and we're tied here in Dillon. It's a packed house. Tomorrow night we got the men's Frontier Conference Championship, and that'll be in Helena. And Tori Anderson, nobody can miss here, Bruce. We're talking 3 for 3 early on in this game.
Yeah, usually you see people with some nerves early, not tonight.
They played 3 times during the season, and Montana Western won 2 of those 3 games. Danielle Wagner gets it off to Denny. 2 very good defensive teams. Just 6 left on the shot clock. Hannah Dean works it inside, taken away. Guess who? Back the other way. And Brianna King can't get her shot off. Boy, what a huge crowd for a women's college basketball game. You got to love this. Dillon, what a great sports town.
Yeah, not necessarily a wonderful night to go out. It's very cold out. Lots of snow here in Dillon and all over Montana. And the fans are coming out very loyal.
Turnover against the Bulldogs. Carroll College 24-7 on the year. Montana Western 25-3 on the season. Christine Denny will bring it up. Man-to-man pressure put on by Montana Western. Carroll College actually won here. And off the glass again. Hannah Dean. She averages 15 points a game to lead her team, and we're tied again. We're all tied up at 4. Lammy takes it down to the baseline. There's Brianna King. She's explosive. Great first step. And putting up the right hook, that's not going to drop, is Britt Cooper.
Yeah, I like Cooper. She's a kind of an unsung hero on this basketball team, Rocky. She, averages almost 10 points a game and over 6 rebounds, and she just plays outstanding defense.
And that foul is going to be away from the ball down low. Cooper also shooting 51% from the free throw line. Rachel Sayers in her 9th season. Over in the corner there, she's the one that got the basketball back in play, head coach at Carroll College. Paige Holmes, Brianna King gets inside, double dribble is called.
Yeah,
she is so explosive. It's so difficult to guard her.
Yeah, one player cannot guard her in this game tonight. They're going to need help, backside help, because she is so quick to the basket.
7.5 to be played in the first. We are tied at 4. Lyman gets it off to Wagner. 3-point shot missed. And we're going back the other way. 2 of the top defensive teams of the nation. Montana Western 4th, giving up just 51 points a game. Carroll College 6th. They give up 52 points a game on the season. Tori Anderson, Lammy. Lammy works on Wagner. Gets open. Can't get the finish. And a foul. It's going to go against Montana Western. Loud crowd tonight here in Dillon, Montana. Home of Terry Thomas. high school football and basketball coach.
He's won a few championships.
Oh, it's amazing what he's accomplished. Denny on the drive, kicks it back. Hannah Dean. That's 1 on 4 for Hannah Dean. She wisely kicks it back out to Brittany Johnson. We're tied at 4. Wagner out of Havre. Lineman tries to get it open. Johnson with the 3. And that is her 49th three-point field goal. She's had 2 games this year where she had 7 threes on the season. And a quick answer, Tori Anderson. High basketball IQ. Tori Anderson wants to be a coach someday. And Carroll out on top by 1. Denny can't get it to go.
Now both teams getting great looks offensively.
It's a lot higher scoring than I thought with 2 of the top defensive teams in the nation. Lammy takes it all the way down to the baseline. Cross court taken away. Wagner on the steal. And 1 against 3, Wagner will wisely slow things up. Denny with it on the outside. Hannah Dean, their leading scorer. Lyman, great ball movement. On the drive is Johnson. Wagner picked up by King, and again, contact away from the ball, and that foul is going to go against Lammy. Sierra Lammy, right here in Dillon. Transfer from MSUB.
You know, watch Danny Wagner tonight, Rocky. About the last 8 games of the season, she has really picked up the offense for Carroll College.
Savannah Bignell will check in as Lammy has picked up her second. Hannah Dean can't get open. What a drive by Wagner. Oh my. Danielle Wagner, she had 28 this year against Tech. And all of a sudden, Carroll out on top by 3.
You know, it sounds like a football game. Wagner, Bignell, some of the great names in Montana high school football.
Carroll College off to an early lead on the road on a cold night in Dillon, Montana. Johnson, Hannah Dean cuts in traffic, lost it, and that'll be Montana Western ball. We got a timeout, 9-6 our score. Carroll College out on top. This is the Women's Frontier Conference Championship game.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
What a season it's been for the Bulldogs of Montana Western. 25-3 on the year. The 4th-ranked team in the nation. They lost to Providence. They lost to Carroll College when they were ranked 8th. And they lost to Lewis and Clark when they were ranked 17th. Western averaging 72 points a game, giving up 51. And just in, Bignell with a 3. No. Big offensive rebound. Putback's not going to happen by Shy. Darby Shy out of Malta. She played on a state championship team in 2015. But then again, if you're a girls basketball player from Malta, you played in a state championship game.
Yeah.
It's like being from Fairfield.
Absolutely.
And they probably played against each other.
And how are those teams doing this year?
I don't think they made it to state. Hannah Dean with the bucket, and Hannah Dean with 4 points in this game. She leads her team averaging 15. How about a 5-point lead for Carroll College? midway through this first quarter. A scramble for it. Finally, a jump ball is called here.
Yeah, this is exactly the start that Rochelle Sayers wanted for her basketball team. Come in here, take the crowd out of it a little bit, get off to a good start, especially on that offensive end.
Montana Western down by 5 here at home. Down low to Bignell. She goes down. And that foul against Carroll College. You know, women's college basketball, Montana AA basketball, extremely physical. Girls AA basketball. You got to be tough if you want to play basketball. And how you want to talk about tough, how about Savannah Bignell? She tore her ACL in December. And she is playing with a brace and no ACL. Can you believe, how is that possible?
I don't, you know, the pain is not as bad after the initial pain they have.
Bignell swings it out to King.
But that's the Bignell family, Rocky. You know how they are. They're tough.
That's an understatement. Bignell with the 3. Savannah lights it up. How about her 35th 3? Played her high school basketball at Helena Capital, and boy, they're good this year.
Yeah, her uncle Joe Bignell was one of the best tight ends in the history of the Big Sky Conference, playing for the Bobcats.
2-point game, Denny. 3-pointer by Hannah is not going to drop. Brianna King will bring it up. A 2 to tie and a 3 to take the lead here for Montana Western. Tori Anderson with it outside. Bignell down low to Bookout. And Carroll will bring it back. A lot more offense than we thought there would be. Wagner with a 3-pointer. She's hit 51 threes this season. And the Saints are back up to a 5-point lead, coast to coast for Tori Anderson. And Tori Anderson is fouled. 2:47 left to be played here in the first. 14-9. The Saints up by 5. This is the Women's Frontier Conference Championship game, but win or lose, since both teams are ranked to the top 10, they're heading to Billings next week for that national tournament. And 2020 will be the last year of the NAIA Women's National Tournament in Billings. You think it'll ever come back, Bruce?
No, I think they're going to try to extend it and give them one more year. So next year, as you said, would be the last year. It's been such a great event for the community of Billings and the state of Montana. I think the teams have really enjoyed it.
Alex Tyson with the Billings Chamber has done an outstanding job. Bruce Parker, and the attendance has been fantastic. Taylor will bring it up. Look at that defense by Bignell with no ACL. They swing it out. Swannick with it up on top. And that Montana Western defense just swarming all over the place. Taylor on the drive, kicks it back out to Madison, and a steal, and the Saints will come up with it. Western will get it back down by 3 with 2:16 left to be played in quarter number 1. Your thoughts on the change from halves to quarters, Bruce, a couple of years ago?
I love it. I would hope that the men's college basketball would do it too. It's the only division in basketball that doesn't play quarters. And it really speeds the games up, Rocky.
I'm all for that. Bignell on the drive. There's Brianna King, and she's been lost offensively since first steal and basket early on. Paige Holmes. They go cross court. Bignell again with the 3, not going to drop. And the rebound is cleared out by Swannick. Saints up 3. 90 seconds left to be played in quarter number 1. Taylor, there's Hannah Dean. Back to Taylor. They pop it down low. Quick shot by Taylor's not going to drop, but Hannah Dean on the offensive rebound. And the shot clock is reset. Carroll on the season averaging 63 points a game, giving up 52. Emma Madison lost it. Madison will get it back. Hannah Dean. What a pass inside. Taylor can't get the finish, but the foul. And Salonen Taylor, the 6'1 junior, is going to the free throw line.
Salonen, the daughter of Brad Salonen, who played football at Great Falls High and for the Grizzlies.
And Salonen bangs that one home. Well, Bruce, we got 7 state high school basketball tournaments this weekend. 7 of the 8 on the same weekend.
And I think you're doing games at every one of them, Rocky.
That's not possible.
You're going to bounce around.
We're the same state, though, that has all 5 state high school football championships on Cat Grizz weekend.
Yeah.
16-11. The lead is 5 for Carroll. Savannah Bignell will bring it up under a minute left to be played. This is quarter number 1 of the 2019 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. Bignell drives in, a defender goes down. Lyman on the steal. And Lyman tries to get by King, nowhere to go. Great defense by Brianna King, leads her team in steals.
And that's what makes her such a great player. She plays both ends of the court. She's all over you. She's like a gnat.
2 very good teams. I think they're going to go deep next week in Billings at the NEI Division I National Tournament. Taylor kicks it out, 3-pointer, air ball put up by Swannick. 15 seconds left to be played here in the first, and Carroll will lead at the end of 1. Bignell, right side, trying to get a shot off here, and it's going to be Brianna King at the buzzer with the 3, her 74th 3. It's a 2-point game at the end of 1. The Saints out on top, 16-14. How about Brianna King on our Wayland Tire replay at the buzzer?
Pizza Hut always has the $7.99 deal you can get delivered. So why go anywhere else? Don't just make it pizza night. Make it Pizza Hut Pizza Night and get your favorites delivered. Large 2-topping pizzas, just $7.99. Order online now. One more way no one out pizzas the Hut. The only thing better than pizza is free Pizza Hut pizza. And only Hut Rewards let you earn free pizza faster than ever by giving you points on every dollar you spend online. You can earn a free pizza in as little as 1 order. Sign up today at pizzahut.com. No one out pizzas the Hut.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes, obviously, a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Bruce, 2 evenly matched teams and 2 very good women's college basketball teams.
Yeah, they both teams shoot the ball really well, and that's a turnover. Give it back to Montana Western.
King on yet another steal, and what a pass down low. Britt Hooper with the bucket. This game is tied at 16. It's our 3rd tie of the game. Carroll led by as many as 5 on 3 different occasions in that first half.
And does Brianna King make a difference, Rocky? The first basket of the quarter, the last basket of the quarter, and 2 assists in between. She just does everything.
And Lyman, one of the shortest players on the court, the 5'3" sophomore from Spokane with the offensive rebound. 9:07 left to be played. Here in the first half, we are tied at 16. We've been tied 3 times in this game. The Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. Lyman picked up by Brianna King. Wagner trying to get open with the three. Taylor. They take it down low to Taylor. Gets the shot off, but it's short. And back the other way is Bignell. Player goes down. Another whistle and a foul down low away from the ball. There's a lot of banging going on inside that paint, Bruce.
Yeah, very physical game. You talked about AA basketball being very physical. Frontier Conference basketball, you better come ready to play.
Number 32, Brianna King, averaging 22.5 a game. That's tops in the Frontier Conference. That's fourth best in the entire nation. Lamy on the inbound, swings it out to King. Lamy can't seem to get open. Lamy back to King. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Woster's in. That's Raleigh's little sister, Shannon. King with the three. Quick release. Christine Denny on the rebound. How about Brianna King hitting that three at the buzzer in the first? Her 74th three on the season. Hannah Dean's got a quick first step. Dean with it down low. What a pass. Reverse layup by Danielle Wagner. They're scoring a whole lot more points than I thought they would, Bruce.
Yeah, you know, they're doing it with a very patient offense, and I really like the way both teams are taking care of the basketball. Danny Wagner really has done a nice job here in this first half.
King with another three. Brianna King, her second three of the game. February 7th here in Dillon when they met. Carroll won 55-50. That was the fewest points scored by Western. King, three-point attempt off the steal, not going to drop. Quickly back the other way is Denny. And they've got numbers here. Wagner with a three-pointer on the other end. And look at Brianna King, a 2-on-2 break. King with the drive, and she draws the foul.
You know, Rocky, she does a nice job on the defensive boards as well. And all of a sudden you see her bust out of the pack. She is so quick. Carroll needs to get back on defense with Brianna King on the other side of the ledger.
Well, that big three by King put her team up. And Brianna King leads everybody in this game. She's got 9 points now. Brianna King has 10 points. King's in double figures already in the first half, averaging 22.5 a game. And that three-point lead from Montana Western, well, that's their biggest lead of this game. Swannick inside to Denny. Hannah Dean back out to Denny. They double up on Denny. Loose ball saved by the Saints. And Denny with the quick three. Great job blocking out for Montana Western, denying Carroll College of an offensive rebound. Tori Anderson takes it down low, back out. Paige Holmes not going to take the three. Lamy on the drive. They double up on her. Well, you think King, she can get her shot off whenever she wants. Anderson to the baseline. She walks. Carroll will get it back, a three to tie with 6:21 left to be played. This is quarter number 2. And now we see some full court pressure put on. Hannah Dean asking for some help. Swannick comes back. Danielle Wagner, Denny. They push it right back out, not going to take the three. Denny lost it, taken away. That's going to be a foul. Kind of a late call. Paige Holmes with the whistle. Big, big crowd tonight here in Dillon. This place is packed.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. This is the biggest crowd I've ever seen in this gym.
Inside, Hannah Dean. Back out, Swannick. Three-pointer, no. Rebound, Brianna King, and they come out on a cold, cold night. And King blows her way down low. Three-point attempt. Lamy, no. Lamy can't get it to go. 5.5 left to be played here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll visit with Bill Wilson, the Opportunity Bank halftime report, and Kent Paulson, the commissioner of the Frontier Conference, and he's sitting next to Bruce. He's big time, Bruce.
He's got a smile on his face. He's loving the crowd, and he's watching a heck of a game.
Lamy can't get it to drop. And all of a sudden, both teams are a bit cold. Hannah Dean with a great look inside. And Hannah Dean is fouled.
Hannah Dean just flat beat everybody down the court, and you get a reward when you do that. Hannah Dean has had a few injury problems this year, hurt her ankle last week, and watch her run down the court, get the ball in a nice pass, and miss the shot.
Excellent free throw shooter for Hannah Dean, 86%. And as I say, it works every time, Bruce.
It does. The jinx, the announcer's jinx.
Big Nail will check back in. Bookout back in for Montana Western. 5:02 left to be played here in the first half. And Hannah gets his second one to drop. It's a 2-point game. Big Nail quickly back the other way. Brianna King. Big Nail. Tori Anderson. Big Nail the drive, all the way down to the baseline. Hey, I'm open.
Yeah, she was left wide open.
A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead for Carroll College. Brittany Johnson gets it up to Taylor. Hannah Dean left open, not going to get it to drop. And here comes Brianna King, back the other way. Saints led by as many as 5. The Saints led at the end of 1. Out on top 16 to 14. Big Nail swings it around to Bookout. Bookout left open, she'll drive. Hannah Dean defending her. They swing it out to Cooper, baseline jumper just a bit short. Swannick back the other way for the Saints. Under 4 minutes left to be played in quarter number 2. And what a great game this has been. Slapped out, saved by Slonin. Wagner with an up on top. Takes a pick. Wagner down low, throws it up and in. Oh my. Danielle Wagner averaging 10 points a game. She had 28 against Tech this season. And this game is tied at 21. It's our 5th tie of the game, and it's not tied anymore. A long 2 by Britt Cooper.
Shows the shooting ability of Cooper. She can step out and make that jumper.
Danielle Wagner takes the pick, leaves her wide open. And Western on the rebound again. Cooper to King. Neither team can get any separation. 2:50 left to be played here in the first half. Bookout to Tori Anderson. King left open. Three-pointer. Wow, her third three. Her 76th on the season. You know, she's taken 215 three-point attempts on the year.
Well, I think people are surprised when she misses. They just expect every time she shoots a three, it's going to go in and a foul's called.
And the Montana Western out on top by 5, 26-21, 2:23 left in quarter number 2.
Local businesses large and small are the cornerstone of Montana's communities. And at Stockman Bank, we're honored to help them grow and prosper. We serve our fellow businesses with respect, care, and a personal touch. We know a good lender is a flexible lender who treats business owners as individuals with unique needs and goals. In other words, we treat them the Montana way. It's the only way we know. Stockman Bank. Montana banking, pure and simple.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Coming up on the Opportunity Bank halftime report, we'll visit with Bill Wilson, the University of Montana Western Athletic Director, Kent Paulson, Frontier Conference Commissioner. That's all on the Opportunity Bank halftime report. The game of the week brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Montana Tobacco Quit Line, Northwestern Energy, and Wayland Tire. Rocky Erickson with the Hall of Famer, Bruce Parker. In Dillon, a packed house. And all of a sudden, the Saints, they led by 5 in the first. And now Montana Western up by 5 here in the second. Brianna King, another steal. And nobody's stopping Brianna King. What a difference she makes, Bruce.
Yeah, she is so quick, and she anticipates out really well on the defensive end, and she's got about 4 steals tonight.
Brianna King with 13 points in the game. Wow. And that's the biggest lead for the Bulldogs out on top, 28-21. And that would have been a huge 3 if that would have dropped by Denny. And now the Bulldogs looking for some separation. King down low on the baseline to Tori Anderson. Bignell to Anderson. A minute 20 left to be played here in the first half. Bignell looking down low. Bignell to the baseline. They swing it out. 5 on the shot clock. Tori with a deep 3. Not going to drop. Swanik will bring it up. 65 ticks left to be played here in the first half. Bignell almost had the steal. You know, but how can you play that aggressive and be able to cut left and right without an ACL?
I don't know. I'm going to try to watch her. You know, she's a Bignell. She's just tough physically. She can really shoot the basketball, so she sets herself pretty well, Rocky, to get those threes.
Swanik will bring it around. 3-pointer from the corner by Brittany Johnson, and she's got 49 threes on the season. King quickly back the other way. Wolster is in. Back to King. Look at that move. Gets it slapped out, turns, spins, no. Gets her own rebound off the missed shot. And the Saints will get it right back.
Looking forward at halftime to talk with Kent Paulson about some of the changes coming up in the NAIA, going to one division.
I don't like change. It's harder on me when I'm getting older. Almost had my hands on the ball there, Bruce.
The quickness was questionable there. I thought maybe you were going to dive on it.
No. 15 seconds left to be played here in the first half. The Saints led by 2 at the end of 1. And I wonder who will take the final shot at the end of the half. King hit his 3, remember, at the end of that first quarter. King will take it out to Johnson. 3 seconds. And Johnson, was she shooting a 3? If she was, she's going to get 3 free throws, 2.8 left to be played, and I believe she was attempting a 3. That is huge.
Yeah, she'll get 3. Take a look at her feet on this 3-point attempt.
Maybe a little bit of acting that went on, too.
No.
Brittany gets the first one to go, a 76% free throw shooter. Montana Western, 19th best in the nation as a team, shooting 74%. And can they get a shot off in 2? Just short by Christian Denny. 5-point lead. Montana Western at the half. We'll be back with the Opportunity Bank halftime right after this.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again. We are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak.
I'm addicted.
I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
Doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
And back on the Opportunity Bank halftime report, 5-point lead for Montana Western, the Women's Frontier Conference Championship game. Rocky Erickson with Bill Wilson, the athletic director at Montana Western. Your thoughts on your women's basketball program, Bill? It's pretty good.
Yeah, they're really good. They've been really good the last couple of years. It was nice for me to kind of jump on the bandwagon, get here last February, and be able to ride this. And they're really fun to watch. The coach in me finds it aggravating sometimes, but that's the coach in me, and we'll make mistakes at times. But, boy, they're really fun to watch. And both teams are playing really hard. And I think it was moving a little faster than I think both teams expected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We expected more of a defensive game. How big is it that the NAIA Division I Women's National Tournament is in Billings, Montana next week?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic for this conference, probably the toughest conference in the country for basketball, and men's and women's. And to be able to have it so close is great for the entire conference. And last year we went on a run and got to the Final Four, and it was so nice to see. I hadn't been here long, and I was so proud that people from Montana came to root for their Montana team. They may not have gone to Western, they may not have known much about Western, but when it got down to that was the last Montana team, all those people came out to root for them, and it's I think it's a good time, and I'm glad it's in Billings.
I'm thinking Montana Western may go even deeper this year, maybe even a national championship. Who knows?
Man, don't jinx us, Rocky. That's what you hope for. When tournament time comes,
anything can happen.
Yeah, and you've got to have some breaks here and there, and but most importantly, you got to defend, you got to rebound, and you got to play with great fundamentals. And we really do that at times. We've got a senior-laden group, and I think that we can make a run, and I hope we do.
Tell me about the football edition that's going to take place here at Montana Western.
Yeah, very exciting. Just recently, over the last few months, we had a generous donation from the Erb family for some land that is right behind the Bulldog Athletic Recreation Center here. Just walk out the back door, and it'll be a football stadium on campus. Helps us in so many ways. The parking on campus, among other things, more meeting rooms, things like that. We're in the very early stages. I suspect within a couple weeks we'll be able to go public with some renderings. We had another conference call with the architects this morning. So we're looking at a 3,000 seat stadium and all the amenities that come with new locker rooms.
And a really, really nice press box for the sportscasters, right?
No question. And I made sure of that. And there's even a separate one for the TV broadcasts.
Bill, why is it that football is so good in the Frontier? Basketball is so good in the Frontier. It really is one of the best conferences in the nation.
Yeah.
But why is it?
Yeah, and I try to pinpoint that. I came from one of the best, probably the best junior college conference in the country, in the Jayhawk Conference in Kansas, and so I get here, and now I'm in one of the best NAIA conferences, if not the best NAIA conference in the country, and so I've tried to process why that is too. I think it's the quality of coaches. I think it's the quality of student athletes that they recruit. You would expect me to say those things, but I think there is a level of competition and a spirit of camaraderie is not the right word, but a spirit of competitiveness in this conference that everybody respects each other, and I think that makes for great competitive athletics throughout your year, whichever sport it is. And so there's some quality student athletes way up here in the kind of the Northwest, wherever we are.
What else are you proud of about Montana Western?
I really, in my travels throughout the last year and a month, people speak highly of the schools, and I'm not taking anything away from the other institutions in this conference. People speak highly of all of them. Carroll College is a fantastic institution. They speak highly of them. Montana Western, there's a reverence when they talk, and it really makes you feel proud. I know why. We've produced a lot of teachers and coaches, and it's a different feeling than I've had. I've been at 5 other institutions, and it's very unique, and it's something that we're very proud of, and look at this crowd.
Great crowd. Bill, thanks for all you do.
Thanks, I appreciate it, Rocky.
Bill Wilson on the Opportunity Bank halftime. She'll be back with more right after this.
Only at the University of Montana Western, experience one. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience one. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
At Carroll College, we understand it's the moments that make us. The moment you choose to explore your own backyard. The moment you inspire change in your community. The moment you introduce new friends to new adventures. The moment you let your world ignite your creativity. The moment you realize your path to success might not be that far from home. Carroll College, creating moments that make us.
And you look at the stats, and it's amazing. Both teams with 16 turnovers. No, both teams with 16 rebounds, 8 turnovers for Carroll. You've got 7 for Montana Western. Both teams are shooting around 40% three-point shots. Carroll's 3 for 10. Montana Western 4 of 12. One of the things we talked about in the pregame, in the keys to the game for the Saints to win, they've got to contain Brianna King, one of the very best players in the nation. Well, Brianna King has 15 points at halftime.
Yeah, 15 points, and she shot a great percentage from the field and the three-point line. She just makes things happen. She had a couple of assists, a couple steals in that first half, and played outstanding basketball. We expected that to happen. You know, the stars rise to the top in big games like this. Hannah Dean had a pretty good first half. Danny Wagner played pretty well in the first half, but it's been Brianna King and her show, and she doesn't want to play her last game in this gym and lose. She wants to get a victory going into that national tournament.
That's well said. And one of the things that's surprising, too, in his championship game. They're scoring a few more points than we anticipated. Two of the very best defensive teams in the nation. And the way this game started, I mean, both teams couldn't miss the first 3 or 4 shots.
Yeah, I think, to be exact, I think they made the first 5 shots from the field, and I thought this was going to just be up and down the court, but then the defenses kind of take over a little bit. You know, defense got both these teams here, and they're going to continue to play tough man-to-man defense.
Well, win or lose, both these teams will advance. They'll be in Billings next week for the Division I NAIA National Tournament, and boy, what a great event, not just for Billings, for the whole state of Montana and our region.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that Alex Tyson and her crew at Visit Billings, they've just done a wonderful job, and for the 3rd straight year. It's going to be a great event. You know, some great teams are coming in. Freed Hardeman will be back to defend their national title, Lyon College, and you know, some of these Frontier teams, these 2 teams here tonight have a shot to win a couple games and go a long way in the tournament. I'd love to see a Frontier team win this thing.
Well, Montana Western a year ago advanced all the way to the Final Four. We'll come back with more of our Opportunity Bank halftime report right after this.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes, obviously, a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima, and nationwide on 11 Sports, Direct TV, Channel 623 and Channel 597. We're happy you're enjoying this game with us. This is the Opportunity Bank halftime report. It is a 5-point lead for Montana Western, a team that has only lost 3 games all year. They're 25-3, Carroll 24-7. They met 3 times. January 12th in Dillon, Montana Western won 58-54. It was the fewest points that Montana Western scored in a win all year. January 26th in Helena, Montana Western won 60-46. Then on February 7th here in Dillon, Carroll won 55-50. The 50 points scored by Montana Western, the fewest points they've scored all season. And Bruce, you alluded to something in the pregame. Montana Western has only lost 3 games all year out of 28, but 2 of those losses came at home.
Yeah, they came at home, and it came late in the season, which was a surprise to everybody. But you know, they went 10-0 in the non-conference, so they know they can play against teams from around the country. They had a good tournament down in Arizona where they won 3 games. Lindsey Woolley's just done a tremendous job with this program. When he took it over, it was down in the dumps a little bit, and Lindsey has come in and done an amazing job. And they are now a national power. They're ranked number 4 in the country, Rocky, and they're going to be tough to beat in their home state and down at the Rimrock Auto Arena.
You know, this is their 3rd straight year. They made the NAIA National Tournament. 2 years ago, they went 24-9. Last year, 27-9, and they advanced to the Final Four of the NAIA National Tournament. And how about the crowds we had in Billings last year? I mean, that was simply fantastic. A lot of that has to do with the fact that Montana Western played so deep in the tournament as well.
Well, I know tournament officials love it when the teams from the state of Montana continue to win and play a lot of games. I think Rocky was the only team that lost in the first round last year. And they have a chance. You know, they've played very well at times this year, too. So,
and Coach Keller, they earned their way to the tournament this year.
Yes, they did. And they did last year. The first year they got the automatic bid. But the last 2 years, they've earned it. And he's been in the top 20 the last 2 years.
Congratulations to Coach Keller. He's also an outstanding table tennis player. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. And a good softball player.
Here we go, folks. Second half of this game is underway, and Hannah Dean with the steal early on. And Hannah Dean swings it out to Denny. Carroll College led it by as many as 5 on 2 separate occasions in that first half. Johnson can't get it to drop. And Montana Western back the other way. The pace not quite as fast as what we had in that first half. Both these teams were not taking a lot of time off that shot clock. King is wide open as Carroll now in a zone. And they can shoot some threes out of that zone. Paige Holmes to King, leads everybody with 15. Tori Anderson, she'll pop the 3. Wagner on the rebound for Carroll, outlet to Lyman.
These first couple minutes, Rocky, very important for Carroll College so that they don't let Montana Western go on a run.
Hannah Dean with the drive, and Hannah Dean is fouled by Cooper, and Dean to shoot 2. Hannah Dean with the nice drive, and there's the foul. Hannah Dean 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the game. Dean, an 86% free throw shooter on the season. 3rd in the conference in scoring. And the Saints have cut the lead to 3. Just underway in the 3rd quarter. The 2019 Frontier Conference Women's Championship game from a packed house here at Montana Western in Dillon. Rocky Erickson with Bruce Parker bringing you all the play-by-play. And King now with 18 points in this game.
You know,
wow.
her shot is so quick. She doesn't allow the defense to get after it, and I just like watching her play. She does so many amazing things on the court.
Brianna King had 37 against Providence. She had another 30-point game during the season, maybe 30 in this one, and Brianna King on the steal, and that's going to be a jump ball. I really do, Bruce, feel she has an excellent chance to be named the NAIA Player of the Year.
Yeah, that'll happen Tuesday night at a function at the Rimrock Auto Arena.
Lindsay Woolley, head coach at Montana Western, and Rachel Sayers, head coach at Carroll College. And at that banquet that night, I get to introduce all 32 teams. It takes about 30 minutes for me to get through the introduction of all 32 teams. And you know, the 6'3", 6'4" girls that night, they wear high heels.
Yes, they do. And you do an amazing job with that, Rocky. I've seen you do it the last 2 years.
Thank you, sir. King can't connect on another 3. Lyman will set it up for the Saints. Hannah Dean, what a great pass down low. Good finish on the part of Denny. 4-point lead. Torrey swings it back out to King. What an explosive first step Brianna King has. King, they double team her. She still gets her shot off, and then she follows with an offensive board. Wow, the athleticism.
Yeah, never stops playing. And you better know that when you're guarding her. Find out where she's at.
Lamy can't get open. Now Lamy will pop a 3. Yes! Sierra Lamy, her 38-3. She's usually the defensive standout that guards the opponent's top player. All of a sudden, Montana Western up by 7. Hannah Dean with a long 2. And Montana Western trying to take control of this Frontier Conference Women's Championship game.
Yeah, this is danger time for Carroll College. They cannot let them go off on a run.
King. Lamy, great pass. Down low. Quick release by Cooper. Not going to drop. This is a big possession here for Carroll. Down 7. 6 minutes left to be played. This is quarter number 3. Dean to Johnson. Hannah Dean's wide open. Not going to take the 3. Dean with the drive, uses her body, and Hannah Dean back at the free throw line.
She has a pretty good ability of getting the ball down low and inside and drawing the foul. And she's an outstanding free throw shooter, Rocky, as you mentioned, about 86%.
Hannah Dean in high school at Gardner played on a state championship basketball team and 3 state championship volleyball teams. You got to make those free throws in a close game. 5:48 left to be played here in the third. Dean pushes that one in. 6-point lead for Montana Western. Brianna King picked up by Lyman. Cooper doesn't want it. Page does. Page misses the 3. Dean on the rebound. Lyman will come on the run. Carroll down 6. We're midway through the third. Lyman gets herself open. Big rebound by Denny offensively. She kicks it back out. Hannah Dean on the baseline. Can't get open. To Brittany Johnson. Got a new shot clock. Hannah Dean pushes it down low to Denny. Denny, no. Another offensive rebound. And they can't get the finish. And Brianna King will lead the break from Montana Western. And she runs into traffic. They double team King. Wow. Deep in the corner. Holmes. Tori Anderson with it up on top. The pace has slowed up here in the third. Savannah Bignell to Brianna King. Savannah, 3-pointer on the way. No. Wagner the rebound for Carroll College. They're down 6 with 4.5 to go. Here in the third, Bruce and I will be in Helena tomorrow at Carroll College for the men's Frontier Conference Championship with Lewis Clark. 3-pointer, not going to drop by Brittany. And Brianna King back the other way. And Montana Western has that huge second quarter where they outscored Carroll College 15-8. And they've been in control ever since. Power drive, not going to get the finish for Paige Holmes. Slapped out, and Montana Western will be. Lindsey Woolley in his 7th season, head coach at Montana Western. We're going to take a timeout. Be back with more right after this.
Anybody out who's trying to quit any form of tobacco. If you use cigarettes, if you use chew, dip, e-cigarettes.
I myself used to be a smoker. I'm like, I know what you're going through.
We ask you a series of questions to make sure that we're meeting your needs and concerns.
We talk about your stress, what your cravings are.
Slips and relapses are definitely a normal part of the quitting process.
We don't see that as a complete failure. We want to make sure you learn from that.
And that's why having a coach is so essential to quitting.
Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Rocky Erickson with the Hall of Famer Bruce Parker. We're at a packed house on the campus, University of Montana Western in Dillon. It's the Women's Frontier Conference Championship game. Chilly on the outside, it's a bit warm on the inside. And a long lead to Darby Shy from Malta, Montana. Malton Fairfield, the girls' basketball capitals of our state. Brianna King swings it out to Page. Bignell wants to drive. Now they double up on Bignell. And they double up on King as well. 5 on the shot clock. King kicks it out. Bignell can't get it to go. And Carroll. Boy, you got to love the way they move that ball around, Bruce.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
They just don't take very many bad shots. It's all calculated. And, of course, when you have Brianna King on your end of the court, it helps a lot.
Swannick, Wagner, Salonen. And there's Hannah Dean in the paint. 5 on the shot clock. Wagner. Wagner works her way in, throws it up, gets her own rebound. Wagner right back up, second effort gets the job done. Danielle Wagner averaging 10 points a game.
Danny Wagner out of that great program in Havre, Montana.
King, another three-pointer for King. 21 points in this game for Brianna King. And Montana Western is back up by 7 points.
You know, Carroll makes a little run, and then they get another King 3.
Dean can't get it to drop. Bignell wants to push it quickly. Bignell, King gets it right back, 38-31. 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. They won 2 of the 3 meetings during the season. Bignell, King. Swannick gets inside the paint. Lyman ties it up. Arrow is going to stay with Montana Western. The NAIA National Tournament in Billings kicks off on Wednesday. Takes 2 days to get through the first round.
31 games in 6 days.
That's amazing. Lyman the steal with the nice bucket. We got a 5-point game. Bulldogs out on top, 93 seconds left to be played in the third. And now they switch back to a man-to-man. Bignell. Swannick. Bignell. Brianna King. Another.
Rocky, there. Look at the patience with this team, and then King can just step up and hit that. That's an awful tough weapon to defend.
Brianna King now 5 of 9 on threes. Page almost lost it. Gets it off to King. A minute to go in the third. King, great pass inside. And Shy's unable to get her shot off. Hannah Dean will bring it back the other way. 50 seconds left to be played in the third. Montana Western out on top by 5. Salonen. Lyman picked up by King. And that's going to be an offensive foul coming away from the ball. A push-off. And back into the game for Montana Western. Woster is in. And Cooper is back in. Shannon's brother Raleigh, one of the top high school basketball players in the state at Missoula Hellgate. They only have 1 loss this year. That came against an Idaho team, right?
Coeur d'Alene, yep. They've beaten every team in Montana and played very well under Coach Jeff Hayes.
With the drive, Cooper, Bignell, and that's going to be kicked out. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 20 seconds on the game clock here in the third. Another low-scoring Carroll College Montana Western women's basketball game. Swannick. And there's Bignell, can't get the 3. Rebound Wagner, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Salonen, 6 seconds. Swannick takes the pick. Swannick can't get open. Dean at the buzzer, yes! Her name is Hannah Dean. That was a big 3-pointer. We got a 2-point game as we head to quarter number 4.
This uniform symbolizes living up to a higher standard. To the Army National Guard soldier, Earning it represents a commitment to a nearly 4th-century tradition of vigilance. To don this uniform in the Army National Guard is to be a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. Join us in a timeless tradition of selfless service at NationalGuard.com.
The Great Northwest. From the Oregon coast to the Rocky Mountains, we stand side by side, cheering for our teams. We dedicate our Saturdays to the legends that shaped history and to the players of today. We celebrate their victories and mourn their losses. But we return again and again because we are a region captivated by tradition. Here at Paint West Insurance, we celebrate what you celebrate.
You know, Hannah Dean's 3 at the buzzer to end the third. That was only her 8th three-pointer all season. And all of a sudden, we got a 2-point game, Bruce.
Yeah, it couldn't be any better. I'm sitting next to Conference Commissioner Kent Paulson, who we'll talk to tomorrow night. He said this is what a championship's supposed to be all about. And we're getting it.
A 2 to tie and a 3 to take the lead. We haven't been tied since quarter number 2 when we were tied at 21. What a great game. Salonen cross-courts it. Lineman looking inside to Hannah Dean. Swanee can't get open. Lineman with the 3 on the run. And we're quickly coming back the other way. Woster inside, Salonen, what a finish. What a pass by Shannon. And Montana Western back up by 4. Montana Western trying to win their first Frontier Conference tournament since 2006. Carroll, the defending champions. Hannah Dean with an answer. Almost every time Montana Western gets up by 4 or 5, it's Hannah Dean who comes up with a big shot.
Yeah, she's no question a first-team all-conference pick out of Gardner, Montana.
King's got 21. Hannah Dean's got 11. Wagner's got 11. And Brianna, they double up on her. She still gets her shot off. A 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead for the Saints. 8.5 to go in the 4th in regulation. Who knows? Maybe OT tonight. Dean, Lyman. Looks like she walked. No whistle. They swing it back out to Swanee. Lyman, another long 2. Offensive rebound. Hannah Dean. New shot clock. We don't have the pace we had in quarter number 1. Where the two teams lit it up. Dean, they double up on her. Wagner gets open, cuts in traffic, can't get the layup. Big offensive rebound.
Yeah, Carroll, a very good offensive rebounding basketball team, and they've done that here tonight. But then you got to take it and you got to make something out of it, and they're not getting those second chance points.
Those offensive rebounds have made this an extremely long possession for Carroll. Wagner can't get it. And the Montana Western finally gets their hands back on the basketball. They lead by 2 with 7.5 left to be played in the Frontier Conference Championship game from Montana Western here in Dillon. Brianna King, Woster. Lamy left wide open, not going to take the shot. King turns and fires, no. Lamy the rebound. Put back, blocked out. You're right, Bruce, that quick release by Brianna King. How do you defend that?
You just try to get a hand in her face and get in front of her and stay between the basket and her and see if you can put a little pressure on her. But she's so quick, Rocky. She gets to the, if you try to come out and guard her, she's just going to go right by you.
Savannah Bignell to Cooper. And there's the 3, shot missed by Lamy, but Lamy gets the steal. Cooper, Bignell, and Savannah's had a very nice game as well. Woster can't get open. Bignell wide open with the 3. It's short. And Hannah with the rebound lost it. They fight for it, and Saints will get it back. Both teams playing hard. And Lindsay not happy with the call. Lindsay Woolley, his 7th season. His wife Megan played for Carrie Weiss at Custer County High School in Miles City, and she was on 2 state championships.
A voice from the past, Carrie Weiss. I think he's teaching in North Dakota now.
He's coaching again too, having some success.
Wow.
2 to tie. You haven't been tied since the 2nd. Dean swings it out to Johnson, to Hannah Dean. Lyman for the lead. Yes! J. Dean Lyman, 28 threes. And the Saints lead by 1. 41-40, 6:08 left to be played in regulation. What a great championship game. Lamy kicks it back out. Lamy, Woster, she'll drive in the lane. Woster puts it up, it's blocked. On that blocked shot was Brittany Johnson. And now the Saints are on a run. Wagner to Denny. And Denny lost it out. It's amazing to me how 2 teams can be so evenly matched.
Yeah, if you look at the stats, the rebounds were even, the turnovers,
shooting percentage,
yeah,
everything.
Absolutely. You know, when you play each other 4 times, there's no secrets. You know what they're going to do. Each team is pretty familiar with the other.
Swanik, Wagner. There's Hannah. Hannah Dean gets her shot off. No. She wanted a foul, didn't get the foul. 5:33 left to be played in the Frontier Conference Women's Championship game. 1-point lead for the visiting Saints. They've won here in this arena earlier this season. Denny with an outside 3. Denny's open. Denny will drive with the spin. Doesn't get the roll. Cooper on the rebound. Leads her team, averaging 7 rebounds a game. And Montana Western's trying to get the lead back. King works her way in. Can't get the finish, but King to the free throw line for 2 shots.
She thrilled the crowd there. That was quite an acrobatic shot that she got off, and it almost went in.
King 2 for 2 from the free throw line, leads everybody with 21 points in the game. An 83% free throw shooter. And this game is tied at 41. It's the 5th tie of the game. It's the first time we've been tied since we were tied at 21 in the 2nd. And on the missed free throw, an offensive rebound by Paige Holmes.
Those offensive rebounds for Montana Western are huge. They've had second chance opportunity after second chance opportunity.
5:09 left to be played.
Probably a pretty good tune-up for next week's national tournament, Rocky.
Boy, it is. King to Tori Anderson. Tori. Lamy. Up on top is Cooper. Lamy, big 3! Sierra Lamy, the hometown girl. And this place erupts. 3-point lead for Montana Western. About the loudest I've ever heard an NAIA women's game before. Hannah Dean. Wagner. Cuts in traffic. Back out. Johnson with the 3. And what an answer. 51 threes. We're tied at 44. It's our 6th tie. 4:19 left to go in this one.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
Bareback riding takes a special kind of person. It takes somebody that's willing to deal with all odds against them. It's the most physically demanding event in rodeo, and there are a lot of guys that chew tobacco, and I've seen my friends have the start of cancer in their lip and they change it from top to bottom rather than quitting, and I've run across guys who have to push a button to speak to me because they've gotten throat cancer, and it takes a special person to ride a bucking horse, and if you can do that, then you can kick the habit of chewing. In rodeo, you never back down from a challenge, so I challenge you, quit chewing today.
Pizza Hut.
Both teams are shooting 48% from the field. Both teams are 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Both teams have 25 rebounds, and both teams have 44 points. Brianna King leads everybody. She's got half of her team's points with 22. Every possession is big. Swanning had a great look there. Dean on the rebound, and now the Saints with a chance to take the lead. King will pick up Swanning to Wagner. Here's Hannah Dean. Swanning, 10 left on the shot clock. Dean will back her way in again. Dean double team. Oh my! Hannah Dean again. She leads her team with 15, and the Saints are up by 2. Is it time for King to come alive again? Lamy to Brianna King. King cuts inside, tries to force it in. Hannah Dean slapped it out.
Now, I gave you my answer. What's your answer as far as quarters and halves?
I like it. It brings a better flow to the game.
No question.
It really does. 2-point lead, 46-44. Saints up by 2. We're back with more right after this.
Montanans have their own definition of what's important in life. Success takes discipline and perseverance. Dedication is more than just putting in your time. And trust is the foundation of long-standing relationships. In Montana, strength means something more. Stockman Bank was born from these principles. They've been the guiding source of our strength since day one. Stockman Bank, Montana banking, pure and simple.
At Northwestern Energy, we care about your safety. That's why we add a skunky, rotten egg smell to our natural gas to help you detect leaks. Natural gas is safe, but leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow our safety tips. Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches or appliances. Do not use open flames. Get out of your home fast.
And from a safe distance, call us at Northwestern Energy.
Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Game of the week brought to you by Opportunity Bank. The Montana Tobacco Quit Line. Northwestern Energy, Wayland Tire, Rocky Erickson with Bruce Parker. Taken away on the inbounds by Hannah Dean. The Saints lead by 2, and they have the ball. Lyman will push it up to Dean. Salonen. Lyman. Dean's left open. Can't get the shot off now. Brittany Johnson, another 3. She's hit more than 50 on the season. And Brittany Johnson's got 11 points.
Yeah, maybe none as big as that one right there.
A 5-point lead for Carroll College with 2:31 left to be played. King can't find the mark. Can Carroll, the 7th-ranked team in the nation, knock off number 4 on their home court? Wow. And that would make it 2 wins apiece heading into the national tournament next week. This is their 4th meeting. Turn around. Hannah no, but a foul. And Hannah Dean to the free throw line. And listen to that crowd.
Montana Western football team cheering on their Lady Bulldogs.
That was a foul.
Yeah, no question about that.
Hannah Dean is 4 of 6. She's got 15 points to lead her team. And the Carroll fans are loud. 49-44. 5-point lead.
Boy, every possession, Rocky, and I think you mentioned it even in the third quarter, was so crucial.
We'll be back with more. Don't go away.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. And the Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
At Northwestern Energy, we provide the natural gas needed for many appliances in your home. But if those appliances are faulty or not well maintained, they can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe by properly venting all natural gas appliances and install a carbon monoxide detector on every level of your home. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off, get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together, we can deliver a bright future.
Hannah Dean back at the free throw line. And that is huge. That's their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 7. Under 2 minutes to be played. The Frontier Conference Women's Championship. Brianna King swings it out. Lamy to Cooper. Paige Holmes, Savannah Bignell. Great defense by Carroll, and King had to force that one about 6 feet behind the line and did not catch the rim. 92 seconds left to be played. Every possession is big here.
And Carroll won't be in a hurry here. They want to take some time off that shot clock.
And Hannah Dean with the turnover. Big possession right here, right now for Montana Western. Brianna King, can she bring her team back? They're down 7. Lamy dumps it out. Great bucket by Cooper. The lead is 5. Here comes the full court pressure. Loose ball. King's got it. King goes up, misses a layup. Bignell, the putback. Yes, the 7-point game is now a 3-point game. And pressure again. I can't hear the whistle. Can you hear the whistle?
No, you can't.
How can the players hear the whistle? This is amazing. What a great game. 7-point lead is now a 3-point lead.
Boy, you know, with Carroll bringing the ball up court against that full court pressure, they want to keep it away from the sideline. You just add in another defender with the out-of-bounds line, and they're getting caught up over there, and they can't get the ball out. But great effort here by Montana Western. You know, they're coming back down 7. It didn't look good, and they just made some big plays.
Now all of a sudden it's a 3-point game. 57 seconds left to be played. And the Saints of Carroll College will have it on the inbounds. If it goes into overtime, do we get paid more?
We'll take it out of Marty's wallet.
All right.
It's so great to see the other student athletes here cheering on their Lady Bulldogs. That's the football guys. The Montana Westerns really turned things around football-wise here. Bill Wilson's done a nice job as the athletic director, and there's talk about a new turf football field here in Dillon.
We talked about that at halftime. 57 seconds left to be played in regulation.
Now, would Rocky Erickson Field, Bruce Parker Stadium, would that, if we'd give them the money, we'd probably get that, wouldn't we?
I asked about the press boxes, which is the most important thing in a new football complex. Denny will push it up. And Brianna King with the foul. 51 seconds left to be played in regulation. 2 fouls on the Montana Western, 3 on Carroll College. Here in the fourth, not in the bonus yet. Hannah Dean to Lyman. They're not looking to shoot. 20 on the shot clock. They got a 3-point lead. 40 on the game clock. Lyman to Denny. And Paige Holmes all over her. Now Denny's tied up. And on the driving, the layup, and that was huge by Brittany Johnson.
Well, and Carroll was patient with the basketball there. They didn't put up any bad shots. Montana Western was playing very physical defense there.
And the Montana Western needs an answer. Holmes, 3-pointer, partially blocked. Rebound, put back, and that was just huge. Worcester, that was amazing. An offensive rebound and then a reverse. It's 53-50. The lead is 3 for the Saints. 6.9 left to be played. The Saints have the ball. What an amazing play. That was Cooper. Cooper with the offensive rebound and the reverse basket. And now we're back to a 3-point game. Under 7 seconds left to be played. Montana Western needs a steal and needs a 3. Bruce, you and I have seen thousands of games. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. That's plenty of time. And I'm sure Rochelle Sayers was telling them that they had a timeout left if they get in trouble trying to get the ball in bounds. And don't turn the ball over.
How big is this, whoever wins this game, the momentum going into the national tournament next week?
Yeah, you got that right. And, it's funny because there's a guy in that huddle right there that's been to a lot of these type of basketball games, and that's Gary Turcotte, the Hall of Fame coach for Carroll College, who's an assistant for Rochelle Sayers along with J.D. Solomon. And they've all been to these big games before in this tournament type of action. There's your cousin.
Saints will have it on their end. Montana Western, if they don't get the quick steal, they'll be forced to foul. Wagner inbounds to Hannah Dean, and there's the foul.
Well, and Carroll did a good job of getting it to their best free throw shooter. Put the ball in Hannah Dean's hands.
That's only the third.
Wow, that is a great advantage for the team that has the basketball and the lead.
0.8 of a second off. Inbounds again, quick foul. 0.8 of a second off, and that's the fourth. 5.2.
Their scorekeeper's doing timer's doing a good job.
He's consistent.
Not taking much time off. Wow.
Wagner on the inbounds again to Hannah Dean. That took a full second. And now we're shooting.
We couldn't have had a better game tonight, Rocky.
Brilliant. Both teams played extremely well, a lot of heart. And I think they're both going to do very well and go deep in that NAIA Division I national tournament. Carroll College won the Frontier Conference tournament a year ago. Montana Western, they haven't won since 06. And how big is this free throw for Hannah Dean to put her team up by 4? And she does just that. That was huge. 4 seconds left. And
two possession game.
Hannah Dean has been the hero tonight. 17 points for Hannah Dean. Brittany Johnson was 16. Danielle Wagner with 11. You know, the big MVP, the crowd. I mean, women's basket, this was a huge crowd, and they were loud. And it was a great atmosphere for college basketball.
Yeah, they were into it, Rocky, from the start. They came in here ready to cheer on their team, and a good contingent of Carroll fans here. And this is what college basketball is all about. This is what we like to see.
4.2 seconds left. A 4-point game, so Montana Western needs to get fouled on a 3, and the 3 needs to drop in.
It does need to go, and they need to do it quick. There you see Rochelle talking to the team and telling them exactly that. Just play good defense. Don't foul. You don't want to stop the clock and give them that advantage.
Well, the Saints win back-to-back Frontier Conference championships. They came in the 7th-ranked team of the nation. Montana Western, ranked number 4. Well, you got to score right away and then hope to get a steal on the inbounds, I guess. They can't get it to King, and they get the 3-point shot off. Ulster, no. Lyman has it. This game is over, and Carroll College wins it 54-50 over Montana Western, and the Saints will take a 10-game winning streak and back-to-back Frontier Conference titles into the 2019 NAIA National Tournament in Billings, Montana next week. What a great game. Yeah, unbelievable.
Tremendous game, and this is a great tune-up for both these teams as they go into national championship play, and these teams could go a long way, Rocky, in this tournament.
I believe they were. We're going to come back and wrap things up right after this.
Only at the University of Montana Western, experience one. Experiential learning, one course at a time. One course for 18 days, a 4-day break, and on to the next 18-day course. Focused, intense, effective. Only at Montana Western. Experience you. Experience us. Experience one. Visit umwestern.edu or call us today, 1-877-683-7331.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes obviously a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
At Carroll College, we understand it's the moments that make us. And there's no more important moment than choosing your path.
I always wanted to go to Carroll, but I really didn't think I could afford it. When I called the financial aid department, they explained to me that they have scholarships just for Montana students. With my scholarships, it made Carroll less expensive for me than the state schools. I'm really glad that I called.
Find out how affordable Carroll College can be for you.
And Frontier Conference Commissioner Kent Paulson is now awarding the Frontier Conference Championship Trophy. What a great game. Our player of the game. That award goes to Miss Hannah Dean, the 6'1 senior out of Gardner. 18 points, 8 rebounds for Hannah Dean. Our player of the game. And the plaque is awarded to the Saints of Carroll College. They improved to 25-7 on the year. They take a 10-game winning streak into the national tournament. And Bruce, what a great game this turned out to be tonight.
Yeah, it was a chess match between these two teams and two fine coaches. And I think the crowd they got their money's worth tonight. And as we look at Hannah Dean and what she did, she rebounded, she played defense. And you can watch Hannah Dean make big shot after big shot tonight.
That was a big 3 for Hannah Dean at the end of the third quarter. Mid-range jumper, 18 points, 8 rebounds, backs her way in and gets the bucket. And congratulations to Coach Sayers in her 9th season at Carroll College. The Saints are back-to-back Frontier Conference champions. For Bruce Parker, Rocky Erickson from Dillon, Montana, and the Saints win it 54-50.